Hello everybody, welcome to Stone Avoid. I'm your host, Jay Phillips. Joining me, as always, Don Bowie.
Hey.
Patrick Collins.
Hey, guys.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a year that we've been on the podcast now. Officially on the first is the first time that we did the first episode for Stone Avoid. Of course, this is coming out probably, on the 7th or 8th or something like that, so we don't get to exactly celebrate or have a cake or anything. But yay, finally a year old. Of course, I don't know if we've done the exact number worth of years or weeks or anything like that. I know that we've skipped a few weeks.
No, we definitely skipped a few weeks.
But, we're also coming up close on our 50th episode as well, which should be awesome. And, yeah, I'm just super excited that we've been around for this long.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around if you've been around that long.
Yeah. Has anyone, been at the beginning? I don't know. Comment down below.
Oh man, no, it is definitely weird. We're definitely not the biggest channel, but we're one of, I don't know, I feel like we're worth staying around for this long, and you guys have been enjoying us.
No, we're great.
But also the community, you guys are awesome. You guys have been watching us for quite a long time. Maybe not at the first, but we've gotten 70 new people over just this last month, which is awesome. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for just continually doing that and growing us as we go.
Mm-hmm. Growing us.
Yeah. So thank you guys. I just wanted to get that out there. Outside of that, what's been going on in the world of Force of Will for the past week? Mainly the ARGs.
The ARG State Championship tournament things. So, quite a crazy meta we got going on right now.
So it's not just the one deck rules of all formats. It's not anybody's bigger than anything, and also the Worlds didn't seem like it is headlining still. In other words, the hook decks are nowhere to really be seen too much.
Yeah, there's the only decks Hook's really seeing any play in is the Songstress of Shangri-La.
Xion?
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but there's not really too many of her popping around either. I think Hook is popping his head out in a few other decks, but I was actually very surprised to not see Hook. And almost every deck is running, dual colored or rulers more.
I was almost certain that Hook would not see play after
really?
in the main weeks. I'm pretty sure I should have said that in a video in the past. I just don't believe that it's there's too many answers for it. It's slow and clunky. Sure, sometimes you can get it out, but people are looking out for, Hook isn't the split heaven and earth that, it will destroy the format over stones. I think it was overly broken in block constructed for the Worlds, but no, I never thought that it would do much outside of that, which is why I thought it was a fair fix against dual stones.
I didn't think Hook would be that much of a problem, but I thought it was going to be spammed hard with the first couple of tournaments.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, and maybe those decks just didn't perform very well. That's possible, but...
I don't know. I think one thing that I really love about Force of Will in general is people get really heavy into the Bahama metas and things like that and net deck like crazy when there's one thing that's going rampant. But as soon as everybody doesn't know, there's not enough resources online to net deck from, and you just see this wild spread of everybody going in every which direction because they're like, oh no, there wasn't this pro who told me exactly what to play, so I'm just going to throw this together and go. And I really like that there's not a lot of hard crunched numbers and preset metas to really force people to be like, oh yeah, I saw so-and-so play this.
It would be great if every tournament was like that, because it's so funny just looking at the Force of Will Online page. There's always a few people that's just what deck should I be playing right now? Or what's the meta deck right now? There's always these comments that are just we don't know. There hasn't been any tournament to tell us that.
Yeah. And even now that there is, what do you take away from this past week?
What
you don't. To say that the best deck won last week, I don't think so. I think the meta is still changing. There's no control going on.
A lot of decks that won their top 8s at these states were different. There wasn't a consistent winner of each top 8.
Locals are definitely pretty alive with just home different brews. I would love to see what just keeps coming out of these.
Mm-hmm. It seems like but some rulers are popping up their head quite more than others.
Yeah.
So Feasting and Zero, I believe, are seeing the most play right now in terms of rulers. Charlotte, of course, is seeing some play. The aggro build looks actually really strong. The red blue.
Aggro Charlotte.
Yeah, aggro Charlotte, red blue, and then you just refill your hand when you're done, and then you just go to town.
Yeah.
Yggdrasil has reared its ugly head.
Oh,
back
yeah.
there.
That stupid tree.
Sorry if you guys like Yggdrasil. All of us don't really like
I just get so
Yggdrasil.
bored of the tree.
Yeah, it's just a boring card. But Valentina is still strong. Like she's still
2.0
seeing play.
or-
Yeah, 2.0.
If I could vote for a ruler to not play against, I would say Valentina.
Yeah, she's tough. And then Sylvia, and then I said Shion, and then also
Mikage.
and then
Mikage.
forgot to mention Mikage.
The only one that I'm surprised to see in there to really be seeing play is the Sylvia. But you were telling me that there's an interesting
It's really
thing
good.
because I was like, "There's a million ways to counter Sylvia," but you were telling me that they were prepared for that in the
They
side,
were.
so which is
Their whole side deck was devoted to becoming a completely different deck,
right.
which throws people off if they're siding it against Sylvia.
Which I think is completely easy to do. I believe you can completely hate Sylvia out of a meta, but if they sideboard out to, you were saying Mars?
Yeah, Mars.
Yeah, that flips it on its head. That's actually, I think, how you make that possible.
It's pretty
because
strong
otherwise, I
looking.
don't think that, Sylvia was... She's just too easily countered in this, like, how
Well,
everything is.
are you saying only because of Levitine or because of other
No,
cards
I'm
too?
just in general. I just feel like she's not as strong. Also, like I said, I also thought that Energize would be seeing a lot more play, and it seems like most rulers that have Energize are the ones that are currently up.
Yeah, the ones that because
Yeah.
Feasting and Zero and Mikage I think are the three most popular. Definitely Zero and Feasting.
Yeah,
I think Mikage should be up there, but I think a lot of people have a lot more time struggling how to build his deck.
Yeah, it's a really interesting deck. There's so many intricacies and so many ways you can build him.
I mean, it's so easy to kill things.
If
with
only
him.
that reminded me of a deck that I used to play back when Alexander was alive.
It's very similar.
No,
but it's like Alexander, and then you have a
But better.
Jite on the back
Yeah.
that does so much stuff.
No, it is. I really wish that he existed back in that meta because I would have been so excited. Because I built Alexander back in the day to counter the Bahamut meta that was going rampant, and it was a hard counter to that deck, and I never got to go take it to a tournament. But I'm hoping now that everybody realizes that Mikage's awesome, that I can go out and play around with him a little bit. Although, unfortunately, I haven't gotten to deck build with him very much yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, like the deck types, there was so the deck types right now are super resonator based. There's very little spell interaction
But that's
right now.
that's to be expected in the first couple weeks.
First couple weeks.
Yeah,
okay.
it's always aggro based.
But I wouldn't say it's like even aggro based. It's kind of just like
Just
a
creatures.
consistent. Like is it tempo? Tempo's done. But it's like they're making sure they're playing something every turn. Like
Yeah.
a creature getting slightly better. Like there's a lot of turbo Guiber builds. I don't think any of them really did all that hot. Like I mean they did well, but I think that's the deck to beat right now. I think Turbo Guiber is the new Necrolance. Like it's the deck that you have to beat if you want to be.
Well, I think
in the
Mikage
deck.
has a really great counter to that, and I think you'll see that deck slowly
Yeah,
evolve
yeah.
into a control deck, and I think we'll see more control as the weeks go on.
Yeah, no, I think Mikage will rear his head up eventually. It's just it's a harder deck to visualize for a new person, whereas Feasting is literally just spam all your cards, and Zero is just kind of like kind of like the people play it as a simpler version of Valentina. Regalia heavy, and they play both the bird and the green spell that protects Zero from being targeted by Black Moonbeam.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a
Black
dumbed down
Moonbeam.
version of Valentina 2.0, even though I would argue Valentina 2.0 is probably the better pick of the two. I could be wrong, but there was some nice decks though. Some of those zero decks and feasting decks were really awesome with the cards that they included. There's some really interesting tech decks, but
Yeah. If you could choose a deck to play like right now, which one would you play?
oh gosh, which one was I excited about? I think Aggro Charlotte was kind of like, I'm not a big fan of aggro, but I don't know, Aggro Charlotte just,
Yeah.
it seems very tough to deal with.
Yeah.
I really like Aggro Charlotte, I think. It might be because I'm really like Charlotte, but I think a lot of people really like Charlotte, but yeah.
Yeah. I would probably play Turbo Gwyber Feasting. Just, I haven't seen any of the variants, but like, I would play something with more control. Something
More
like
counters.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no real comment on that one. There's a lot of decks that I want to keep trying and keep building out different things, but I can't settle on any one thing right now. Honestly, there's too much going on with not anything that one particular thing that like suits me right now. But that happens in and out.
Or maybe you could look at your cards every now and then. Maybe you'd find out.
Hey, it's fun. I don't know. I've been more excited about what cards to be putting in the cube and things like that. That's been a huge focus for me. So, which is actually a quickly to dive into something else really quick. Not trying to dodge the question at all. We had a comment about the cube that came up recently about why we aren't doing videos for those anymore.
Oh,
that's actually still content that we definitely still want to produce. However, really quick from you guys at home, if you guys want to let us know down in the comments a little bit about what you guys want to see from those cube videos, it's something that we can actually try to start doing again, as we've kind of had to take a small hiatus from them for filming quality for one of them, and then also the budget to do them is kind of higher than the other videos we do here on our channel. As in, it took a lot of time with a lot of other players and a lot of other things to get everything going together, but it's something that I definitely want to bring back for you guys at some point.
Yeah, Cube's a bunch of fun.
Yeah. Also, there's such good cards from the new set to go for the Cube too. Not just the rulers. I think the rulers will make the most impact with a limited format like that.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that
especially
that Energize.
Yeah.
Energize.
That'll make like picking a sideboard ruler like actually worth something.
Oh yeah. I would have to just say that I think this is the first time in Force of Will that I've actually wanted to play sealed and drafting, and just the limited format for the Frozen Casket in general has been
really good.
So much fun and interactive. I could actually see myself like wishing I could go home and draft that.
I think the company's starting to go more towards a limited scene. I think they talked about that, at least for the next cluster. They're going to try to put more support.
That would be really nice because
they're going to have.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah, and I think a multiplayer scene too, like more
multiplayer?
than like a
like a limited multiplayer.
Not limited multiplayer, but like casual kind of like sorry, what we were just doing.
Ultimate, commander type of thing.
Yeah, like command, like it'll have like cards will actually start to say like target opponent or all opponents, rather than just the generic. We're not going to say opponent or target. Yeah. We're just going to hit your face with 500 damage.
I think limited is one of the best ways to open up the product carrying at stores. One of the best ways that a store sells product is for sealed product, anyways, is the weekly drafts for Magic and things like that. That draws in so many people, and you crack so many boxes. And in addition to anything else, if we could start seeing that more and more at locals, we would see a lot more product being carried in response to that, which I think would be a great plus for both players and for stores, because I am more willing to crack open 3 packs for drafting than to open 3 packs, because why would I open 3 packs usually? Which I think I would like to see a bigger focus on that. I think more game types would eventually just benefit us in general. Also, a singleton format, things like that. Anything that we as communities can create and bring together to bring more people in.
Kind of like the cube.
Yeah, the cube. The reason why I love the cube so much in my store is, yes, it's a big money sink, and it's a problem that somebody might steal or something like that from it. But for the most part, everybody who comes to our store, and I'm not trying to say that we're special or anything like that, but I generally have a good group of people. Force of Will community seems to be usually a little bit more trusting than most of my other communities. And I don't bring my cubes for the other communities because I have a Yu-Gi-Oh cube, which is a lot of fun, a Pokemon cube, which I actually do draft with a lot of people, and a Magic cube that I would not let a single person touch unless you're my best friend. But the Force of Will cube, I seem to just kind of come in all the time and be like, let's draft random people all the time. And it's just, it's one of those things where I don't know, I feel more safe within this community to want to have more people experience that.
Yeah.
So it's something that just more game types, more variants, more things like that keep going on. The better our locals end up looking, the better the community gets, and I think that's why it thrives so well in the area that we're at.
Yeah.
Is we have so much different support going on all the time, which I would love to see other people start doing more.
Yeah.
I
mean, I have to agree. I mean, I played at the pre-release this last weekend.
Oh, pre-release.
And I got, for the Magic pre-release.
For Magic. I didn't,
and that's the only time when I ever crack open packs. I even tied for first, and I think I won about 10 packs. And Don was the judge that day. He's like, hey, do you want these 10 packs? Like, no. Store credit. so I'm saving up for Force of Will. Like, I won packs. It's like, I don't really care. Like, I know I'm not going to open a lottery card.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, come on. So, I mean, I love opening packs for, sealed or drafting for Magic. But other than that, I could care less about just opening a Magic pack. Like, I don't get that lottery feel of like, oh, I could open this.
Unless you're as lucky as me.
Yeah, but yeah, you're the one with the golden ticket, dude.
And opening Magic packs is not as fun as opening Force of Will packs too, right? There's just way more rares, way more swag and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, your chances of just opening something cool, and then opening a ruler kind of feels like opening a golden ticket card, even if you already have that ruler. It's like, this is perfect trade bait now.
There's only 2 in a box, so like, it's
tough. They're tough to come by. Yeah.
Which I'm still super excited for when we finally get our promo Ubers from that.
They're supposed to be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah. I don't remember when they're actually supposed to launch at.
Forgot to talk about this with you guys.
But surprise content
on the cell phone app, the Force of Will app. There's no like pop up or anything, so you just have to go for it. But if you go onto the button that says fill out a form or whatever, if you click on that, you can get a free Hook and Peter Pan dual deck from.
Really?
Yeah, I signed it up like just a couple days ago.
That's really awesome.
Hopefully I get a free...
through the event button?
The event button, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see it?
I may just have my phone on here.
Show it to them.
So this is the thing which you guys cannot see, so we're definitely going to just post it over there. Sorry for just flashing my phone at you guys. But giveaway, Peter Pan versus Captain Hook, free demo deck.
Yeah, while supplies last.
Event has finished. Thank you. Jerk.
Well, I did it like a couple days ago.
Please phone. So unfortunately that is a closed event. Thank you, Patrick, for bringing that to our attention.
Oh, sorry. Well, I just want to brag about how I got a free dual deck.
I never even saw that anywhere. It wasn't posted on the Facebook page.
That's kind of just one of those really random surprise things that Force of Will randomly does with a lot of their stuff, which...
I think it's great.
Yeah, I really love the amount of stuff that they do give to us. Some people complain about it and think that they need to reinvest some way, but I think that they're doing a very appropriate amount of advertising for a lot of stuff. And I enjoy their giveaways. Obviously, they know what their budgets are and their lines and how they can do stuff. I don't really want to question them on that, as a thing. And a lot of people are like, well, they give away too many playmats. Might be somewhat of a thing, but I mean, I got giant cardboard things hanging up all throughout the store for Magic, so I can't give those away to players. They're just giant hunks of cardboard to be up in the sky. So I actually enjoy the physical content that I can give away to people. I really enjoy that, just spreading it out as much as possible. So thank you, Force of Will, for all the free things that you give me, even if I don't get a Peter Pan deck.
And playmats are such a great way to advertise, because if you love Force of Will, you're going to be playing Magic with it.
Yeah, some of the people at the Magic pre-release were playing with Force of Will playmats.
The other Magic players will see like Force of Will, and they'll like ask what's Force of Will, and then that's like a great way to get other gamers into it. Like,
and then I actually did the same. I didn't have a playmat, but I was using the Force of Will sleeves from buying the 3 boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was playing with those, and people were commenting on the art, and I'm like, yeah. Force of Will. You're not cool enough, but check it out if you want to.
Oh yeah, the sleeves were pretty cool. I wish that those stores would have gotten more of those to give away. Those were really fun.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
I
like that art more than the anime art, but the anime art's gonna stick around, so I can't really say.
It looked really realistic to me. Like
I like that kind of art style.
The hyper realistic-y weirdness.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
It was a little creepy for me.
Everyone's awkward looking.
Yeah, they are pretty creepy looking.
They just all look like me.
I did find it weird how much of the dual decks art has like spread to everywhere within the set. Like the playmat was all of when you bought a box, it was the all the dual deck rulers, and I thought, I mean, I get that it's all supposed to be one set, but I would have really liked to have gotten a mat that was all the rulers from the box that I was just about to open.
Yeah, but those rulers are from, you got that mat during the pre-release.
No, the buy box mat.
Yeah.
Isn't that all of the rulers from the dual decks? I mean, from the
decks? Pre-release, it was all the rulers from the
starters.
I don't remember which one was which, but I know you got there were 2 mats with all 10 rulers, pretty much.
Yeah. I forgot about the event mat, but there's
you
a lot
have both of them, or you should.
I do somewhere. I promise. I totally do. I would have liked the buy box mat to have been the rulers from the box.
Okay.
Which just me being picky.
It's free stuff.
Yeah, I shouldn't complain.
So they should have switched.
Yes.
So feasting should have been on the pre-release mat then.
No, at the same time, no, because I think that the advertising for the dual for this intro deck rulers just should have been its own separate product thing. If I buy a product and I'm gonna open a ruler, I would like to be like, look, it's on my mat, just because it's a cool like thing when you buy a product and it matches everything and everything kind of goes together and you're like, look.
But what if you bought the box of the rulers and then you got the mat with all the pre-release decks, the starter decks? You're like, hey, I don't have these rulers yet. I better find out how to get them.
So yes, I get that it could like go from there, but it's a nice little like thing to have like your stuff synergize and look like it all went together. Like I bought this all together. Look, all my stuff looks cool.
But why can't it be like one of those things where it's like, oh, I want my stuff to synergize. I should buy more stuff.
Because I bought this to get that mat. I'm just saying it makes more sense for me to want the mat that matches the product I bought.
No, I understand.
But also, we are a little different here in the store where we give out a mat per box purchased. So, I mean, mats just fly out to everybody everywhere. So it doesn't really matter. I don't even always remember what mat went to what thing. Because if we have a mat, you just buy a box, pick out a free mat, is our motto here. Which is really, really nice. But, I mean, no, it's not. It's not. But I'm just saying, it gets a lot of mats out to a lot of different people, which helps the advertisement, which helps people see it, which is another reason why you'll see just everybody walk up to the tables and they roll out this really nice mat that has stitching on the side, which I believe are the nicest mats that I've ever played with. Mm-hmm. It's a good way for us to just get more people into it. Ta-da! That's it. Was there anything else you guys wanted to cover about that, or anything else?
On that? Yeah. No, I mean, I'd be fine talking about a little bit about L2. Legacy Lost? Lost Legacy, whatever it's called. Okay, so Jordan said some interesting things that I thought were worth talking about.
Yeah.
So, apparently all the rulers are going to be dual tribute.
Ooh.
Like Blazer.
Like
two
red, black?
red. Oh, so
Yeah.
double colored rulers in the next set. That's
So
awesome.
I guess this is, I think, on a lot of people's minds, and my mind also, how is Energize going to work with that? Do you get to pick one of the two colors? You can't get both.
No, so my guess is each ruler is going to have a main attribute or the attribute
interesting.
that follows in order of the will circle. I'm guessing because there's a rotation
I
of
bet
the colors.
one-
Whatever one's first on that list is going to be the dominant color.
I bet they'll have like a main attribute, or you get to
Yeah.
choose one or the other.
My guess is it's going to
Or
be
is that
hard,
too
like,
powerful?
It's going to be like a blue and so a water will and a light will are going to be like the two colors, but the blue, the water will came first, so I bet you it'll be a water energize ability.
Interesting.
And then each time that the wheel shifts, like the light will and the wind will, it'll be like now it's the light one. It's just going to slowly go around that circle. So each ruler only has like energize for their one color, but also shares another dual color. That's my
So
guess.
are there going to be 10 rulers with each combination?
No, it's just five
Five.
rulers. I mean, maybe in the next set, there might be another 5 of the next, like the enemy colors.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know if it's. Maybe they're all going to be paired with red. I don't know. It'd be cool if they did a thing like all ally colors or all enemy colors.
Yeah, I can't.
Hopefully, everyone knows what I mean.
I can't imagine energizing for two different colors.
But like, you could choose one or the other. Is that too
No,
strong?
that's what I mean. I don't think that you'll have a choice. I think it'll be a hard set to
I
one.
think
Or
they
Like,
could
use
do
this
it.
coin. You can spend it. You can use it as a green will or a blue will. Like,
I think it's
Sorry
going to
for
be
my nose,
that.
guys. Yeah,
I think it's going to be that.
I honestly think it's gonna be what Jay said about the dominant color.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be mostly a green card, but it'll have like a slightly blue effect or something.
Or
like that.
what if it's only blue on the front, but it energizes and has the ability for white, and on the other side it's a blue-white ruler.
That would be kind of cool.
To flip it, it's like blue and white and a colorless. It's some mono blue on the front with a white energize, and then you can flip it. And I like that could be a thing. They could be like main color and then opposite color is the energize.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways that they could do this, and I know that we're probably going to explore all these opportunities eventually. I mean, I bet you at one point they'll have like a 4 attribute ruler that produces energize for the 5th color that they don't use,
That'd
or
be
it's
kinda
moon
cool.
or something. Like, I could see them just trying to fill these slots out as many different ways as possible. Because we on average get 5 rulers per set, there's going to be a lot of future. I mean, imagine it back in Magic if we got 5 planeswalkers per set. It's kind of what that feels like. Is that there's this card slot that they get to play around with as much as they want, and that's 20 different versions of them that they get to build throughout the year. Sometimes more. Like in this last set, when there's 10, like there's a lot of different design space that they get to play around with, and it'd be interesting to see. One thing that I want to see, I don't know if you guys want to add anything else to that before I skip.
We're gonna keep on talking about L2, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
This is
go
L2.
on.
The thing that I want out of L2 is I want another set of starters. Intro decks.
I think they said they weren't gonna do that until next cluster.
And that is one of the biggest problems I have with Force of Will right there. Not being able to continually pushing out new product for new players is a huge problem for me. I sell out of intro products and it's hard for me to get it back in, and I need new stuff all the time. And the thing with Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Is every set that comes out, there's a new intro product, if not 3, like they have their, for Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! There's an intro deck, there is a fat box-esque product, and then there's like a builder or collector's toolkit type thing, or in general, 3 different intro products for players to get them in and going. And if I'm only going to get one intro kit type set thingy for players once per year or per cycle of things for Force of Will, how am I going to get a ton of new people in on those like products?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a problem.
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
They should
yeah.
do it like Magic, how they just released a intro deck for... But that's a different thing, because those aren't like unique cards.
Yeah.
This one was unique. Should they just reprint the newer stuff combined with the old stuff?
I think that there
Into a
should be
What should the decks be like, Jay?
Maybe they should print a set similar to the Vangolf sets of this is our reprints that will occur, like a core set group of cards or something of the sort, and maybe turn those into the intro products. The thing about intro products is the franchise players, the people that are already in there that are already long set with everybody, we don't need to necessarily go out and buy all the new intro stuff unless it's unique. But new players want the newest intro thing to be most current with what they don't know what it is, they don't care what it is, they just ask for the intro product. They don't want to buy a booster box, they don't want to buy singles, they don't care about this stuff because they don't understand the game yet. They just want a little thing that says this is how you play, and this is my pre-built deck, and I can go play against somebody else who bought the same product as me, the same thing that all the other companies have. The only reason why I sold an ungodly amount of the Magic intro stuff is because they put a new product line in there that's unique and isn't in their main set. So all of the old players bought those, but usually old players won't buy an intro product. But I will sell out of intro product left and right because players want a starting point. And we need to make sure we consistently have those starting points in Force of Will. And if if it is going to be one main intro deck and that's going to last forever, I need a consistent way to make sure that those stay in stock. I need people lose interest in, like, it looks weird when I have that sitting around my store, the same intro product for over a year. It looks like the game's like dead for some reason. Like, oh, nobody's bought that one. It's been there forever. But the Magic one cycles out every 3 months to a new intro deck.
Yeah.
Pokemon does the same thing. They all have this new intro deck constantly, and that right there, it looks like it's always, refreshing, always something new coming through my store. And it allows me to buy, 5 boxes of the intro decks, put it out, and then watch it sell out, and then by the time it's sold out, I've got the new intro decks and it just keeps going and going and going. To the Force of Will stuff, I don't know what my quantities should be. I don't know where people want, when my restocks on them should be. Sometimes I just wait until a box sells out and then reorder because it's never going to change. I don't like that. I don't like that's how I have to deal with my intro product here for Force of Will.
The thing about the Force of Will intro products is that they reprint really good cards. These cards are tournament ready, and they
are really awesome.
This is gonna affect the single market that everyone's been complaining about.
Right. It does mean that everything inside of the intro decks are printed to oblivion. There's no value to be had in the intro product, even though it's some of the best cards you can have. Everybody has it. Like, it's the only one you could have. So
unless you don't want to buy the whole intro pack.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
If people are just going to complain that they're going to reprint these cards and the values are going to drop, and a lot of people are saying that for Force of Will to continue, there has to be a secondary market for the players.
That's not completely true.
I disagree.
I disagree with that. There's a whole bunch of. I don't want to get back into that conversation again, but I mean, we make our margins here, and we're a lot different than other stores by selling the crap out of product. I sold more boxes of Force of Will than Magic because that's just how our store runs, and we're able to push that even though we sell more singles for Magic. It's draw your lines, supply and demand, figure out what your locals want, and sell them that. And that's a topic that we can get into with something else. I think the acquisition of players is a total different topic to have. I think trying to get new people in is different. The Peter Pan and whatnot dual decks are really great. I like having stuff like that to put out for players to play with, but I think that we just need more intro product for people to look at so it looks like the game's constantly moving. And that's a lot of R&D for them to work on over at Force of Will. I get the problems, the stresses and stuff that has, considering each set so small. That's why maybe a core set, something like, I think the Vangolf sets should be advertised more of like an intro product and split up into an intro deck-esque style.
Oh, you mean cheaper?
Yes. Cheaper, and maybe just strip out each one of the rulers and turn them into a starter deck. I would just like to see more starter product for more people to get into.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can potentially even make more money that way.
Probably.
Then they could potentially sell a deck for $10 rather than selling the whole Vingolf box for $40.
Also, yeah, we had a lot of the experienced players, people who love Force of Will, were like, $25, sure, give me that box. I know what I'm getting out of it. But a new player coming up and being like, oh, sure, it has 4 ofs, but I mean, every starter deck has like, a playable deck. They don't want to spend $25 on a intro product. They want to spend $15, maybe at best. I don't think there's a single starter. I sell every Yu-Gi-Oh starter for $10. I sell every Magic starter for $14.99, and every Pokemon starter is somewhere between $13 to $15, depending on what one it is. And then I randomly have this Force of Will thing sitting around that's at $24.99, and everybody's like, "Why is this so much?" It's like, because it comes with dice, 3 packs, and a deck that's awesomely half foil and half not, and they're just like, so. I also think that we need to lower the prices on our intro stuff. Sure, cool swag, it's awesome, but I don't completely need it. I need to sell more intro.
They did it for America for some reason. They didn't do it in the other countries.
Oh, the way that they did the intro decks?
Yeah, they didn't make a mega deck. Like they didn't include the 3 packs and the dice.
That was
just a starter deck.
That'd been fun.
So we were the only ones that got 3 packs and a dice.
Yeah, in the mega box. Yeah,
Huh.
of starter decks. Yeah,
Well,
That's really interesting. Yeah.
we're their biggest market, I think.
Well,
Force of Will.
the packs in those are really nice because
Oh, they were. Oh man, I had a textured full art in every single one of the
I think
starters I opened.
I think that's what they do.
One out of the 3 packs was
Every
textured.
one of them has a textured full art like card out of the 3 packs. At least one of them.
It was awesome. Yeah, I was just like, oh, cool, something awesome again, something awesome again. It was
I don't
the
think
best
their
packs I
pull
opened.
rates are supposed to be better.
But they are.
Yeah, they are. It feels seated. Like every single one of the starter decks that I had one textured foil
Awesome
on it.
card.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're supposed to be. Yeah.
No. So, anything else you guys want to... Sorry, I keep trying to jump onto a new subject here, but...
Another new thing that I was witnessed or heard from Jordan is that there will finally be a card that will have some sort of mill-like effect.
Yes!
So you won't be able to build a strategy around it because it's only one card
That's fine.
in the whole set, and it's not going to mill very much. And it'll do something else on top of that. So it's going to do 2 things. We don't know what the other thing is. We don't know how many cards it's milling. It's probably only going to mill probably
2.
most at 2,
2.
maybe 3. But
Hey, I mean, I've seen cards that mill 2 off the top of a deck in Pokemon be an entire strategy, so
Yeah.
let's go for
I
it.
mean, there is Horn though, which is a free card and just shuffles your deck. You know, there is a way around this. But I thought that was a cool thing to talk about. Like, I mean, this could really affect the game. You know,
Yeah.
because 40 card deck is pretty dang small. Like if they ever make a card that's like mill 7.
Well, a 35 to 34 card deck, because you gotta draw your top 5,
Yeah.
and then you draw a card per turn. Mill goes really fast.
Yeah.
And especially if it's like a triggered event that you can do multiple times a turn, it gets pretty fast.
Oh dang! I just thought it could be busted and limited.
Oh yeah, limited. You almost deck out as it is.
Yeah, if you just get like quite a few of those, it's like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is my
15 cards to
strategy
mill.
for winning.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Wow. Yeah. No, that seems really, really good. I am super excited to see them introduce something like that.
And then another big thing is they showed an art piece of a fox, and that's been getting a lot of hype because it's got 9 tails, and it kind of looks like an Amaterasu kind of thing. Like it's got weird symbols on it. And then this fox was also in the background of the Reflect Refrain promo art.
The judges promo.
Yeah, Judge's promo, which had, I think, Scheherazade in it. So this may be a Wanderer also. So it might be part of the Wukong. What is that his name? The Monkey King dude. So it might be, the fox might be the other part of the Wanderer grade. And I guess I just find that cool because it's one of like the first like non-human Rulers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, Yggdrasil.
But it's a tree and it doesn't flip.
Humanoid rulers.
Yeah, humanoid.
Humanoid.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because I mean, almost all the other rulers have been humanoid in some way or shape. I'm hoping it's a ruler. It might not be, but it's getting a lot of hype because it's got 9 tails, and I know there's some myth out there. I know that it's in Naruto, but I know that originated from some other actual
Pokemon.
myth.
Ninetales.
Yeah, it's a myth.
No, yeah,
like,
it's an actual,
like an actual
it's
myth.
an actual thing.
Yeah. So
No,
all
that's really
these
cool.
myths are coming around.
Yeah.
And then apparently in the next booster boxes they're gonna have more detailed comics. So you know how we had that one page
that little
comic?
flyer on
We're
top.
gonna actually have like a couple of pages.
Hey, that's
This time around.
That was kind of interesting. People, when they saw that, they were amused.
Yeah.
So
It was-
I'd
it was
like to
pretty
see
funny.
That again.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool if they stuck like little pages in the back of the packs and you had to like combine them.
No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
no.
Like
Do
a
it.
puzzle.
Oh no, please
Like
don't.
Magic does that all the time with their stuff.
I know, and that's where I was thinking. I was like conspiracy and everything else. Like, oh, the problem with that is I would get obsessed with it, and then I would have like this weird collection and be like, look at these pages, and nobody else would care and be like, I did. And then Scott and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, it's cool, I promise.
Just make like a cool little flip book on the back of the point cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta use those point cards to get in that Vegas tournament though.
True.
Yeah, which I really so. This is finally where I finally get a segue properly. No, I'm not because I'm ruining it. The Vegas competition. That's if you get interested into that, which is through the QR codes. Any big event like that here in the U.S., I'm starting to wonder if they're gonna do like in Magic, where if you go to a big event, there is people doing card signings, people selling product, and doing a whole bunch of access merch stuff, which is something I haven't seen except for the one store that like hosted the event. You know, when we went to the ARG stuff, there was like that one venue person selling there.
Yeah.
I wonder if when they do these bigger tournaments or these special things, if they're going to have more of that like alternative stuff to the event going on in those. And if so, card signing is one of the biggest things that I have in Magic the Gathering. I love going to different artists and getting my stuff signed and doing cool stuff with that. It's something that I super enjoy. I have a huge signed collection. And unfortunately, they're all the way in Japan. We're here in the United States. I can't get my Force of Will stuff signed, which is something I really want to do. Now, you might be wondering why I'm bringing all this up. It's because I'm very long walk around to get to the point of California. Decided where we're actually at. Decided that they'd anything that is signed that is sold for over the cost of $5 is illegal to sell unless you're the person who signed it. So that's a fun law in the U.S. or here in California specifically that completely makes my collection of Magic the Gathering signed stuff worthless because the only way you can sign it or sell a signed product is with a certificate of authenticity. I can't say that word.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Words.
You can still sell it at a damaged price.
As long as it's not over $5.
I'm saying damaged price as if it weren't, like the sign doesn't add value.
The signing is as soon as you've signed the card, it makes it a collectible. Therefore, if it's sold over $5, damaged or not, it must now still have a certificate of authenticity. The signature has to be.
But you can
real.
sell it at the card's normal damage price, is what I'm getting at, right?
If it's under $5.
So
If it's over $5, I cannot legally sell it without the certificate.
So you can't
you
sell
can't
it
sell it at all.
No, not legally. I have to have a certificate proving that it was signed by the correct person because that's what I'm selling is the signature, no longer the product is signed.
What if you don't advertise it?
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the
You
problem.
sell the product. And
This
not
is
the
actually
signature.
a problem that TCG players having. They can no longer sell product into the state of California that is signed, even under damage, because it's against California law. If it is signed, it is no longer matters what the product is. It is now the signature, the signed, the promotional object by the creator. That's what you're selling at that point. You're selling a collectible. You're no longer selling a piece of, cardboard, paper, whatever it is. It is now that signature on that piece of paper. You can't sell it damaged. You can't sell it as if it's not. It is now a signed memorabilia piece. That's what I was looking for. So you can't accidentally just list something on TCG Player that's signed anymore because it can't accidentally get sent to California.
So if the cards were $6 and I signed it, and like let's say my signing it increases value to $7, but we could sell this card for $5 at a damage price because I just scribbled on it, right?
Yes. So as long as you sell it for less than $5, nobody cares. The moment that card is sold for $5.50, you've broke the law. Which is a weird thing to see happen. And it's not meant for TCG cards. It's meant for people doing autographs on photos or something else. Baseballs.
And
books.
However, it does hit us. It mainly hits people in Magic who have had their cards signed for years on end. And I have, $100 cards that are signed by, XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, we're going to have this happen in also Force of Will. Just signed product is now illegal to sell in California without a certificate.
But do you think it's going to be enforced? Like, do people really care about that law? And
if someone rats you out,
TCG players where we're going to see the first.
So technically, no stores in California can sell signed.
We won't.
anymore.
We officially stopped buying signed singles here. We will not purchase signed singles from anybody, just at all. I don't care if you want to sell it for me less than $5. I don't care. You can take your trashy cardboard and take it somewhere else. And I'm saying that, jokingly because I love signed cards. That's a huge collection of mine are signed. We just don't accept them though.
But you might personally buy them though.
No.
We have to destroy it.
No, it's just you have to send it into a grading service, and have them certify that it's real or something.
How do they do that?
They compare it against other signatures of the same person from the other person. Which is a problem because have you ever tried to sign something over and over again, and when you're first starting out, it's going to be different left and right.
Yeah.
People who have signed billions of things, sure, they can sign exactly, a baseball player or something like that. But when they first start, that signature changes multiple times. So proving if something is legit early on is really impossible.
So
don't buy signed cards in California, guys. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Unless you don't care about their value.
Yeah.
But then stores are just screwed if they have any signed cards because now they can't sell it.
So stores have been screwed by reprinting of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that have become worthless. Stores get screwed in multiple different ways.
True.
A thing that I'm actually curious about is Y Schwartz is the product line that does this, where they send signed cards from the voice actors who did the characters inside of boxes.
So
I
sweet.
wonder if that is all going to be something that is just you can't put in a product anymore. This weird law in California is going to screw up an entire other groups of industries worth of people. More than just Force of Will, more than most things. It's really a weird you now on eBay have to list cannot be sold in California. Because I don't have a certificate type of thing for whatever you are selling.
There has to be some loophole to that.
Only loophole that I can find on the whole thing is if you are the person who signed it, you can sell it for over $5 without a certificate because you are authorizing
but you
that you
need
did it.
To sign something, right? Saying that it is...
Nope. You are the person who signed it. You can sell it.
That's and how does the person you sell it to...
They're sorry. Bleep me if you want, but I know we don't cuss too often on here. But this actually does screw me over a lot, so I'm actually a little bit personal about this. But yeah,
you on here does screw you over, dude.
Yeah, you actually are. Once you got that product, it is now your thing, and you just don't get to resell it anymore.
Okay.
So
if you get something signed, make sure to get a certificate with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's why can't the
They don't have to though.
Oh, they don't have
They
to?
don't have to.
Okay.
So you could just get something signed and just.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know.
And there's a... Sorry for segueing awkwardly, but we need to address a few questions, right?
Yeah. Which ones did you guys want to go over real quick?
There was one that was asking why is Force of Will starting to spoil stuff so fast?
Yes, the spoiler cycle of Force of Will is a mystery to us all. Not really.
I really like it. Yeah.
They do start spoiling earlier than anybody else, but that's because they do 5 cards a week leading up to the event. Which
They drag it on.
yeah,
5
which
cards
is
2 times a week, right?
Yeah.
well, they did that when they had the starter decks.
No,
they
that was 3 times a week.
oh
Yeah,
twice a
It's
week.
2 times a week.
Okay, so yeah, it's twice a week leading up to the event, which
So,
means that we still have a
10
little while
weeks
before they start.
Ish.
Yeah,
Because there's there's 100 cards.
Is
So
there exactly 100 cards?
in each set? I believe
105.
so.
Yeah.
105, but that's like 5 stones.
yeah.
So yeah, like 100 cards.
That's comparative to say Pokemon only releases like 10 spoilers before the set drops usually, and then like the week before they drop everything. Magic the Gathering releases 1 card per day, starting
I
like
thought they just did it all
300.
2 weeks right before.
they do, but they do like this card of a week thing, and they like trickle it out for a little bit, and then they like do like a mass drop.
Oh, that's right. Because they'll show like a Planeswalker like way ahead of time, and then the 2 weeks right before the set, they show like all the commons
and then all of their people who do like podcasts for them or like about Magic and things like that. A ton of people they get spoiler cards, and it all goes out to everybody all at once. Sorry, I'm really stuffy, guys. Yu-Gi-Oh! I have no idea. But in Force of Will, I really like the way that they like to just really keep that hype train throughout the entire 3-month off season, just keep going through. So they just like to drag it out more. Is honestly what it is.
The hype train is so large, and then once you get the cards, you're like, you're not even that hyped anymore. It's like you know when everything goes. Exactly. You're just kind of waiting for the next set at that point.
I need more, man.
Like if you look at the comments, it's just like after just like a week of new cards are out, like there's always someone who's like, okay, so when's the next spoiler's gonna come out, guys?
But the thing to be noted is that it is the same exact release cycle as all other TCGs. Every TCG releases in a 3-month increment. Force Will does the exact same. They're no different. 4 sets a year, like everybody else, like clockwork. They just want to get you more into that we're doing something, look at it, all throughout the year, as opposed to other games that want to be like, hold on, we're almost there. And then a week before, it was everything. And that's okay. But then you get kind of like shotgun shelled. It's like, there's some good cards.
There's so many cards just to take in, but like if you do this, there's going to be like discussions on this single card that was really cool that released this week. And then the next week they can just move on to another card and just like continual.
Yeah, it's just a different way to do it, and it's not better or worse, except for it's better.
I think it's better, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of you guys might hate it, but sucks for you nerds. I like it.
More content for us to talk about.
Yeah. And then the other question was about bad judges. Are there bad judges in Force of Will? I think it's because this guy that asked this question, his local store had a trouble. Like, Force of Will isn't happening at his store because of a bad judge. He's wondering if that's a reason why other stores are having problems.
So bad judges in Force of Will is definitely. I don't want to say that it's a thing that Force of Will has. I would have to say that this is a thing that a lot of games have. However, they have better regulations on it than Force of Will does as right now. We don't have a lot of people overseeing who does tournaments, how things get ran, in the way that it's overseen in general, as opposed to Magic the Gathering, where if you do one bad thing as a judge group or anything like that, that gets noted, that you don't run events anymore. You get taken down. Force of Will is like all those stores that got in trouble back in Magic are like, oh, let's try this again with the Force of Will, and they're back in it, and we're like, we get to run events again, and they're doing really bad jobs. That is a thing. Tournaments that run late are definitely a rampant problem. There's a lot of things that I see. I mean, you guys know all too well at your events that you've been to.
Yeah, I mean, it got better. I mean, it was really the tournament organizers, I think, that we had.
Yes,
the bigger
that's
problem
what
with.
I'm saying. TOs are terrible.
Okay.
I
think this
that's
guy's
the biggest
specific question is more lured to local
Yeah,
tournaments, though.
communities.
And that comes down to your local LGS might have a uncertified judge. If they do have a certified judge, maybe that judge just is bad. That's
Jay's our uncertified judge, and he's kind of bad, too.
did it.
I mean,
Yeah, it really goes.
Force of Will has a lot of rules in common with Magic, also has a lot of unique rules that are not common with Magic. So there are a lot of clashes, and if you're not studying and not looking online, it's easy to make bad rulings for Force of Will a lot of the time.
I don't know, and it could just be the people, too. You could have
Yeah.
just had, I mean, I'm sorry, but that store could have been the one store where a judge was maybe playing favorites.
Yeah.
You know, like it could have just been the individual. So the West Coast at least has a very big lack of judges. I know there's some people that are starting to do the judge program. Quinn Kentucky got second place. He's like, I'm gonna take a little break on tournament because I already have a free ride to the next Worlds anyways. So I'm gonna start judge and hopefully get that up and running. We had very few judges last year, and hopefully we'll get a few more this year. And
It's really weird.
and it's really hard to take a judge test because they only happen during the AGPs. So there's very, very few judges out there, and you most likely experienced an unofficial judge, kind of like Jay. Some people study up on all the information, some people don't. Jay did, but quite a bit of information has been changed from that point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can't really blame him or any of the other judges.
But that also comes down to our community of people working together to help all that stuff go, and that is probably different.
So they could have it could have potentially been a sour community that you had. Like maybe even the players weren't all playing that fair.
And to say that all together, now there's a chance that you go to a bigger area, and we've had our problems with and without those. And a lot of times those, when you go to a bigger tournament, the fault usually lies on the TO.
Yeah.
However, even us have run into those problems. Like I had a 10-minute conversation with two judges that were just unexperienced in the world of judging. At least when I judge, I come from a Magic the Gathering judging background. I've been through my paces. I know what to expect, how to handle stuff, how to make sure stuff goes on time, goes fluently. Instead, at that tournament, I spent 10 minutes asking a ridiculously easy question. It took two judges to argue whether I was right or wrong, and then finally Alexander, who's a really awesome guy, comes over after 10 minutes or so because he's the head judge at the time, and says, yes, this guy's correct. So I was right. I was like, yay, awesome. And then walks off. And I was like, that's how that should have been handled. And when he does that, those two judges, they didn't give me time extension. They didn't give me anything. And a lot of that comes to the noviceness of a lot of these judges are their first time judging as well of Magic judging. You have somebody teaching you. They're standing with you, going through your stuff when you first start judging. You're not alone in that community. In Force of Will, where do you start? You're the start.
Yeah.
You just sometimes we got to give them
So
a little bit of
really
time to really get that stuff refined. However, such things as like events running an hour late and things like that's all the TO problem. Maybe the judge staff is a little bit lackluster, but that's also the TO should be making sure he has everything under control. So if it's the locals, then you don't know who you're gonna get for that, but you just gotta look and see what the exact problem is. Maybe step up yourself. There's a lot of times where you have an opportunity to change things for positive by you guys stepping up and trying to support the community in the best ways you can. Not saying you have to. I'm just saying that's something you could look at is
Make
I judge.
a podcast.
Yeah, I do judging. for events, not because I run the store, but because I really want to see the events
Community grow.
Community grow. It's we need somebody around to do
You
stuff.
need to-
I
you
would
need a
love
sense
to
of
play a lot
order.
of times, but yeah.
Yeah.
So a little sacrifice here and there makes everybody else happy, and it makes me happy in the long run. But anything about you guys is for Judge?
Yeah, I think that only the AGP in the East Coast has it, because Stephanie Shaw and the Robert Herbert run it, and they're the ones that usually run the judge program and do everything for that test. So I don't think there's been like a West Coast AGP that has judge tests. So
I think there was, but I don't think they... So I think a big problem is I don't know if these judges are really getting anything, because they got those reflect refrain promos, but that's all
The
they
store's gotta be
got.
getting something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm saying that's like the only thing that we know they got.
Right.
I don't know if they ever got paid or if they're literally just volunteering
The store should be compensating them in
some way. Like, but they're probably
Yeah.
not getting that much, right?
No. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to understand there's not really that much incentive to also be a judge. So we have to thank these guys for. I mean, I've thanked all the judges every time, even if
They'll
the event didn't go very well. I still thank them.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah.
They're doing the best they can. They know that it's not like a good event, and they're trying their best to make it a good event. So just offer
Also,
support.
this is actually something that we actually will have to look out for, is judging in the U.S. Runs under weird laws, and this is a problem that Magic the Gathering just ran into. If you judge for a company and follow their rules, their times, their schedules, the way that they want stuff, and the way it looks, and the way it all's supposed to function, the U.S. believes that if you follow their rules, their way, their stuff, that you're an employee of them. Magic the Gathering has a lawsuit, I believe, that is all centered around judges and back pay owed to them as employees of Wizards of the Coast under U.S. law.
Dang.
This is another thing that we potentially need to be worried about occurring in Force of Will.
It's very
In
interesting.
the U.S. is Force of Will might eventually be responsible for the judges here.
Alexander's gonna go for the throat, dude.
As of right now, there's a separate judging group than Force of Will. As long as so that group might become responsible, but wherever it lies, we do have to be careful that the judge situation doesn't reach that weird that.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
The more you regulate it, the more it becomes a real job. The more taxes and a whole bunch of other crap becomes a thing in actual pay.
Yeah.
And then so it's a really weird line. It's until we see what happens in Magic, we can't know for other games how that law will pan out. There might have to be employees for it. You might have to fill out taxes for this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna have to stop giving out less cool stuff if they want to stay.
Yeah.
But that is not a thing currently in Force Will. It is
Yeah.
only in Magic where this is occurring. But I can't help but imagine that eventually lurking over to other TCGs. Which hopefully we can handle that with the smoothest transition as possible when it does. It won't change anything for me personally, but who knows where that will go. I don't know.
No, that's something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys, for the rest of the night, or is that where we're going to call it for today?
I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I
Cool.
think we covered everything.
Thank you guys for joining us for over a year now. You guys have all been super amazing. I bet you I caught a few people off guard with the giant yell at the end. But yes, guys, we did it. A year worth of episodes. High five, Patrick. Thank you guys. Join us for more. You can catch us on Twitch. We're That's awkward. You guys can catch us on Twitch. We also have a Twitter account. We're going to be trying to do a lot more content for you guys, so definitely stay tuned. And thank you guys for joining us. As always, I'm Jay Phillips, joined with
Patrick Collins
and Don Bowie.
Have a good night, guys.